We are back. This is our second try again. We were having difficulty. Hopefully, you guys can hear me better. I'm going to continue. I'm not going to stop until we're done so that those of you guys that are just joining, you can rewatch this video and find how to do a road opener. So, like I was mentioning to you guys, doing road openers is very important because it will allow you to remove any blockages that you may be experiencing, whether it's on the physical, spiritual, or emotional sector. And removing those blockages is important to be able to um, proceed with doing any type of spiritual working to get the best and results. So, like I said, those of you guys that are joining, welcome to my live. We're gonna try to shoot through this really quickly. You guys can always rewatch this video, go back and watch it, and see um, how to do this. So, I'm gonna try not to pause, and I'm just going to continue with it. All right. So, like I was mentioning to those of you guys that were watching my initial live, I'm going to go down the ingredients that you're going to be needing. So, you're going to be needing an orange candle. Obviously, road openers are, you always want to work with orange or yellow candles because those are primarily for opulence and for attraction. So, you want to bring towards you, right? With the road opener, what we're doing is we're using abundant ingredients that help with the abundance, the prosperity, but also to diminish or remove or melt away those blockages that we may be experiencing. Next, you're going to be needing a jar. You're going to be needing some limes. You can use one or two limes. As always, you guys know that I work in threes. So we're going to be using 3 limes. You're going to be needing 1 cinnamon stick, 7 garlic cloves, and the most important ingredient is going to be the key. You can use any type of key primarily, or try the best you can to use a key that you have opened doors before with it. If you don't want to use your home key or your car key, you can always go to the store and get yourself a lock and key. Why? Because you can insert it, open the lock, and then it's pulling that energy so you can use it into this spell work. You're also going to be needing cloves, and um, you're also going to be using white vinegar. Now, this is extremely powerful spell. It will remove, you guys are going to see immediate results because it really does, work on every single aspect, not only in the physical, like I said, in the physical plane, but on the emotional and spiritual side as well. So once we have that, what you're going to do is, I'm going to move this to the side really quick. You want to make sure to your jar, always cleansing it. You could use Florida water to cleanse it. You can use um, holy water, depending on what it is that you work with or whatever your spirituality is, or consecrated water. You're going to do the same thing for the candle. You want to cleanse it, remove any negative energy or any energy of whoever, wherever you bought it, people touch it, people pick it up. You want to remove all of that energy, okay? So once that is done, what you're going to do is you're going to get the candle, and in the front of the candle, you want to write down your first and last name going up. First from the bottom, your first name, last name, date of birth. You're going to write it down 3 times. So you're going to write down your first name, last name, date of birth 3 times. Once you do that, what you're going to do is you're going to write over your name. Um, Over your name, you want to make sure to write down, and it is as follow, you guys. You're going to write down on the candle your name 3 times, and over it, you're going to write down, give and it shall be given. You're going to write that down 3 times over your name. We wrote down the name 3 times. Let me show you guys so you guys don't get confused. So you're going to write down your first name, last name, date of birth, going from the bottom to the top. And then first name, last name, date of birth, bottom going to the top, the same thing. So it's 3 times. Then you're going to write over it, give and it shall be given. And you're going to write that down 3 times, okay? As you guys can see here. Give and it shall be given 3 times over your name. Then you're going to turn it around the back of the candle, and you're going to write down your name and date of birth once, only once, and it's going to go across, okay? As you guys can see here. Once that is done, what you're going to write over it is going to be as follows. I will make sure to put all of this in the description box below so that you guys don't get confused and you know exactly what to write down. So what you're going to write down over your name is going to be, ask and it shall be given. Seek and ye shall find. Knock and it shall be open unto you. For everyone that ask, receiveth. And he that ask or seeketh, findeth. And to him that knoweth, it shall be opened. Okay? On all of that over your name, as you guys can see here. Once that is done, your candle is ready to. You're going to put that to the side and you're going to get the jar now. So what we're going to do here is, like I mentioned, you're going to be using 2, 1, or 3 limes, and you're going to put them in the jar. Now, what this is going to do, it's going to remove any blockages. It's going to cleanse you and purify you. You're going to add the 7 garlic cloves. 7 is a magical number. It is a number of prosperity, a number of protection as well. And finally, you're going to be adding the cinnamon stick. Now, in this, I'm going to break it down so that it can fit. So then what you're going to do now is you're going to add the cloves. You can add as many as you want, as many as you prefer. What the cloves are is, cloves are used for banishment, but it is ultimately used for protection, a very powerful ingredient for protection, the same as a lime. A lime can cleanse you, it can purify you, but you can also use it for not so good purposes as well. And the garlic, like I mentioned, very high protection. It removes any bad juju that you may be carrying, but it also helps as a release or a banishment of those blockages that we're trying to remove. Okay. So once that is done, let me put the side really quick. So once that is done, what you're going to do now is you're going to leave the key in a plate and you're going to place the candle and the jar like this. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be adding white vinegar. Why vinegar? Because vinegar is highly used for turning situations around. It is protective energy as well, and it will melt away or remove those blockages that we're trying to get rid of. This is why, you guys, road openers are extremely powerful. Like I mentioned, even if you're doing amazing, when you do a road opener, what happens is that there's absolutely no resistance whatsoever to the blessings that are coming your way. So you will continue being on the path of opulence and success. So we're going to be adding some of the vinegar, and you want to fill it a little bit over like this. I will show you guys. Give me a minute. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Now, keep in mind, obviously, vinegar is not such an amazing scent. What you want to do is you want to keep this in your altar. You want, wherever it is that you do your spell work or your magical workings, you want to keep it there. You want to leave the key there, and you're going to light the candle. Now, when we light the candle, it is very important and very crucial to do this chant, right? To enchant the candle and the key, and to empower and strengthen the work that has been done. So you're going to put your hands over this and you're going to say, by the element of the universal light, I call to my guides, give me your might and watch over me as I open doors to my highest timeline. I aligned with my limitless abundance. So blessed be. You're going to do this 3 times. The chant. Again, you will find all of the chants and what you need to write down on the candle. You will find all of that on the description box below. I will repeat it. By the elemental of the universal light, I call to my guides. Give me your might and watch over me as I open doors to my highest timeline. I aligned with my limitless abundance. So it is. You're going to do this chant 3 times. Once that's done, place this working in your altar, wherever you do your magical workings, and you're going to light the candle. Do not disturb the candle. Do not interrupt the candle. If you feel like you can't constantly be watching the candle, obviously, you guys be careful. Make sure that you put it in a safe place where you know it's not going to light up your whole house if you're going to step out. But this candle cannot be turned off. You cannot, you cannot snuff it out. You cannot. It has to burn completely, um, for however long it takes. Now, if it burns out in the first night, let's say, for example, after 4 hours, it completely burns out, then that means that you weren't necessarily carrying a lot of negative has been already taken or removed. Now, if it takes longer, it understand and know that the candle, as the wax is melting, it is melting away those blockages. Um, it is melting away those obstacles that you're currently struggling or going through. The longer it takes to burn out, it just means that it's fighting whatever it is that either has been sent your way or that you've been struggling for a while. I had a client tell me that it almost lasted 10 days to burn this candle. It just means that they were dealing with a lot, and all of those obstacles were being removed. Once this spell work is done and it is completed and the candle has completely burnt out completely, what you're going to do is you're going to toss this container with everything in it. You're going to toss it away. You're going to get the key, and you're going to keep the key either in your purse, in your wallet, in a safe place. Again, preferably in your wallet or in your purse, because you want to carry that vibration. Whatever it is that you're going towards, whatever endeavors you're doing, if, as an example, down the road you want to get a house, you can use that same key to empower and strengthen the work that has already been done on the key. So you can use it for a multitude of things, but ultimately keys are used to unlock doors or to remove those blockages so that you can facilitate the transition of your manifestation. So again, keep the key in your wallet or in your purse. You're going to toss this container with all of the ingredients and everything that it's carrying. Um, you're going to toss it out and get rid of it, and you can toss out the candle once it's done. As always, I tell you guys, pay attention to how the wax is melting. So, as an example, if the candle has completely extinguished and it's done, you want to make sure that the wax is either completely melted or very little is at the very bottom. If you see that there are some pieces of wax that are, not necessarily that small, it just indicates that there are more obstacles that you need to remove. So I would encourage you guys to recast and redo the spell using the same key. Okay. Why? Because it's giving you a signal. It's letting you know that, yes, it did remove certain obstacles, certain blockages, but needs to be done more work to be able to fully see the results of this. So again, if you see blotches or blocks of wax still in the candle and it has completely extinguished, you want to recast this spell. I assure you guys that if you do this with faith and with power, you will get amazing results. You will start to see things progress very rapidly and very quickly. It is important, as always, to do basically anything that you do with spell work. You have to make sure that you are on point and that you're doing it focused and you know exactly the outcome that you're wanting. Okay. All right, my lovelies. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, share, and comment. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you guys can get notifications. If you guys are watching this or just recently watching it, go to my Facebook page, as we're going to be going live at 7 to do one free question readings. All right, my lovelies. So I see you guys, and we'll see each other soon. Till then, bye.